Okay, hey everybody, Matt Hoffman. This is a add-on from the other nights. I put the video together. I shot the video, but I didn't feel like editing it. I'm just learning how to edit. Editing's not my thing, but whatever. It'll be a cool, useful skill to learn. It'll be a cool hobby that is useful. So, anyway, hopefully the video quality starts to go up. I can edit things together now, which is a big deal because I usually have to do it in the first take, which I usually get things in the first take anyway, so that's okay. But anyway, that was the other night's project. We wrapped that up, and what you're about to see is what I did today. And we're turning, now that we have caught up with all the existing businesses through Lara, now that we've caught back up, we're going to start reaching out to some of the new license holders, which, you know, as you'll see, organization is a big part of success. So I got super duper organized with all this. There are existing businesses out there that are a little bit easier to get the contact information from because they're existing operators. And I have a different strategy for reaching out to them. What you've been seeing me do is a strategy for the businesses that are going through the licensing process that are not operating yet. So out of the over 400 or over 420 letters that we've sent out, some have just got their license like that day, and that means that they'll go through either the build out process if they haven't done that, or they'll start to go through some of their opening procedures. So we want to be there and help them get people that that are critical to opening operations. And I'll make a video about that momentarily. But this is just an update. You have to think in business about what meals you can get right now, and then what meals you're going to have in the future. It's kind of like hunting, where it's like, okay, if the deer are here, if the elk or caribou or buffaloes are here, then I'm going to get one now so I can survive. But if the herd's moving south, then we got to move that way with them. So it's really about just kind of like following and stalking. That's the best analogy I can give is just stalking and being in the right place at the right time. And really it's about forming relationships. The way that the Michigan marijuana law was created is that the owners have a lot of protection as far as anonymity. They're not as easy to find through a FOIA request as any other business is, and that's good. But it's challenging when the industry is just getting started. It's very hard to get a hold of these people because there isn't a lot of, there's little tribes of guilds and associations here and there, but there isn't an established industry. And so it just takes a lot to find them, first of all, and then convince them that I'm a credible person and that I can do what I say I can do, and then to form those relationships. So the things that have to be done now probably won't have to be done in 10 or 15 years. But that's one of the challenges that come with the industry is you have to do things that are really setting the groundwork for things to come. I've said time and time again, I don't mind this. It doesn't bother me. I think hard work is fun because it's an opportunity to use my mind and try to make it less hard work. It's as simple as, instead of, when I was creating these sheets, it's as simple as, instead of copying, pasting every single one of these businesses, from this onto this, I just copy and pasted the whole thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big thing, but the difference between copying and pasting over 400 individual business names and information to copy and pasting a whole sheet, I mean, that saved me hours. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard work, and there's a time where if you gotta carry water or cut wood, then that's what you do. But there are times where you can work a little bit smarter and make life easier. So Anyway, this is a bit of a rant. Just an update. I've got some meetings tomorrow, pretty much throughout the day, so I'm not gonna film my business meetings, not at this point. But I can give you an idea about one of them. The meeting in the later afternoon is with a lady that does compliance, and she helps employers and employees stay compliant with the state's rules. There are a lot of rules, and being compliant is a big deal because you could lose your job like that, and it could jeopardize the business, and that's bad. And so, being compliant, following the rules is a big deal. It's not like alcohol. It's not like food. It's not like anything else. Like the there are a lot of rules to work in the industry and to own one of these businesses, and the penalties for breaking the rules are pretty serious for everybody involved. So, she's a lady that helps companies stay and become compliant. And as we get further down the road, then we'll start opening up some training opportunities for job seekers and for employers. That way, you guys don't run afoul of something, because the state regulators, to be honest with you, the state regulators do not care. They're not going to say, oh, well, you didn't know this, so it's okay, you get a pass. They're going to go, oh, you didn't know this, well, you're done, here you go. You're either fired or your business is in jeopardy. So that's what tomorrow afternoon's meeting is. But after this is to fill this in, I don't know, I couldn't tell you how long it's going to take to fill these phone numbers and emails in. That'll probably be at least a 2-week project. But I do have lists of businesses, and I have relationships with existing businesses now that are opening other facilities that are going to be hiring more people, and that's really exciting. But after this, the next step will be just research, and I'll just do like a little video about that, and then calls. Now, I personally, like, this is fun. This is the back end of things. You know, I sit around in my shirt and my PJs all day and freaking work on a computer, which, you know, it's fine, but I like doing the sales. I like calling. I like talking to people. Like, that's what gets me excited, because that's what drives my business, and that's what creates the opportunity for you as a job seeker and for the business owners to grow their businesses. So I'm very much looking forward to kind of moving out of this, out of the research phase and into the sales, because it's exciting. You know, it's scary. It gets my heart going and everything. And it's just like, oh God, you know, like you either like sales or you don't. I like sales, so I'm looking forward to that. But you know, it's to be successful in sales, you have to be incredibly organized. And we're not a big enough company at this point in time to have people do all this work for me, so I do it. That's what it is. No big deal. But yeah, like, I've done this before, and having all this stuff laid out, kind of like a sous chef and a prep chef sets everything for the chef. Like, the salespeople are the chefs, and everybody else kind of supports them. And having all that organization, all that prep work done ahead of time makes it so when a sales guy, or when I get into a sales rhythm, I'm just boom, 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 email, and it's pretty exciting. So I'm excited because you guys are going to see the direct impact of the work that I'm doing on Handgrown.jobs. So the more effective I am, the more job postings there's going to be. So that's fun. I like pressure. I like to perform. So that's why I like sales. So on that note, we cannot market on Facebook. Cannabis industries are prohibited. Doesn't even matter that I'm an ancillary service provider and I don't really have anything to do with cannabis. We're prohibited from doing that. So what I need you to do is to tell your friends and family and coworkers and cousins and whoever's about Handgrown.jobs and about the cannabis industry, and spread the word through a word of mouth campaign, a grassroots campaign, because we can't do it on Facebook. So that would be super helpful for everybody in the community, to get the word out about the career opportunities in the cannabis industry. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. And then also, I got a heads up from our development team. The people that attended the job fair, you should see your badges probably midnight tonight, or or at some point in time tomorrow on Friday. So if you didn't get one, I've still got some emails that I've got to go through and verify. If you didn't get one, it's your last chance, and then I'm going to shut that down. So make sure you do that. I've got over 300 people that have already responded and gotten their badges, but there was over 700 people that came to that thing. So, you know, we're missing 400 people that that could get that badge, that, you know, you came out. That matters. That makes a big difference to employers, to people that actually show up. You'd be surprised how many people don't even show up to interviews. It's shocking, actually. So the fact that you came out, if you came out to the job fair, the fact that you came out to the job fair is a strong signal to the employers that you're a more viable candidate than other people. So take advantage of that. This is probably the longest video that I've ever made, and and most rambling and ranty, so I'm going to cut it short there. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the edits and the inside look into what it takes to grow a Canna business is interesting. It's fun for me to be able to share this stuff with you guys. So spread the word about Handgrown.jobs. Make sure you ring the notifications on your Handgrown.jobs profile. Upload your resume. Complete your profile to 100%. That way when you see these job postings come out, you're ready to apply. And I can tell you a couple last things in closing here. I spoke with my friends over at AgriMed, and we're going to be doing a little highlight video about them. They were one of the first companies to come on to Handgrown.jobs. They actually hired a first employee from the job fair. They hired some people from the job fair, and they hired some people off Handgrown.jobs, and they were inundated with applications, and they filled those positions pretty quickly. So that's why I'm going to keep pushing and hounding you guys to resumes, 100% profile, notification bell, because when a job comes up, it gets applied to. They get pretty swamped with applications. So if you're not ready to apply to a job, I'll be honest with you, your competition is probably going to get that job and you're not going to. So there we go. Video is done. Thanks for watching, and next one will be when I get to it. Bye-bye. Okay, so Laura came out with another list of pre-qualified businesses today, and I'm happy to say that I had everything prepped, ready to go. So it just took me a little while to put together this bundle. I'm gonna go drop it in the mailbox right now. That's what I like. That's what preparation is totally for. It's like when an opportunity comes, boom, you can jump right on it, and yeah. So either way, I'm still doing this. This is part of my routine. So whenever that comes open, I'm on it. But now this is the next steps. We got to get phone numbers and emails for all of these businesses, and calling and emailing them with follow-ups. So that is next. Finding a point of contact for some of these companies is very challenging. The reason I'm doing this is I've got to form a relationship with these business owners to get them to use Handgrown.jobs to get you a job. So it's a ton of work on the back end of things, of just kind of just doing research and sleuthing around and finding them. But this is today's business update. The work continues. Okay, cool. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.